Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today what we're going to be looking at is the product rule. And so that's when we're differentiating a function that's actually two functions of x multiplied together. So product meaning multiply. So the important thing is that what you're looking for is if you're ever asked to differentiate something and it's a function of x times by a function of x, then we do the following. So I'll talk about it in a second. So you can see down here when we get to it, there's a function 5x cubed. That's one function. It's multiplied by sine x. That's another function. So that's how we recognize it when it's two functions multiplied by each other. Just to make sure that you understand, this is so when do we use that as compared to when would we use the chain rule? Remember, the chain rule is function inside of a function. So that would be something like this: 5x cubed plus x squared, something like that. Can you see how you've got the function 5x cubed plus x squared that's inside of sine x? That's when we use the chain rule. But when we've got just a function multiplied by a function, that's when we use the product rule. Okay, hope that makes sense. Quite often when you're asked to differentiate things, they're actually combinations of these things anyway. So let's have a look at what it says. So it's saying that if you've got u times v, so this is just, if f of x is just uv, okay, so where u is a function of x and v is a function of x, what we do is we multiply u by the derivative of v, there, so u by the derivative of v, plus u, the derivative of u, times v. So they sort of swap around. You do derivative one, and then you do the derivative of the other. Okay, just a reminder, that little dash that I've got there, so when I've got that u dashed, what I mean by that is that's the derivative of u, the function of x. Okay, so derivative of that. It's just sort of shorthand with that little dash. So let's get straight into an example. Let's have a look at this. We've got y equal, I'll leave it there so you can see the formula. We've got y is equal to 5x cubed sine x. So let's find the derivative of this guy. The best way to do it, and this is good for when we get to the quotient rule, which will be the next video, is to write it down like this. So u is equal to 5x cubed. That's my first function. And v is equal to sine x. Okay. There's a reason I've sort of written it down like this, and it would be good if you get into the habit of writing it down there with u and v one on top of the other and doing it in this format, because I'll show you why this will work in a second. So if u is equal to 5x cubed, then u dash, so the derivative of that, is equal to 15x squared. And v dash, the derivative of sine x, is just cos x. Okay, so I've just sort of done my little bit of working out there. And so let's now do it. So therefore, I can go straight to my derivative, dy dx is equal to, so what is it? So it's u times v dashed. So it's this one times this one, plus this one times this one. And it doesn't matter which order you do them in because it's plus. It doesn't matter which way around it is, but when we get to the quotient rule, you'll see. I'm just going to show you. So let's just do it here. Okay, so 5x cubed multiplied by cos x, so it's that one times that one, and it'll be plus that one times that one, so plus 15x squared sine x. And that's it really. Usually when you get to this stage, you'll sort of clean things up a little bit, but really that's effectively all I do. So I could take out, I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to leave it 5x cubed cos x plus 15x squared sine x. And that's the answer. Okay. Like I said, I could take out 5x squared as a common factor out of there if you really wanted to, but no need to. That is a totally fine answer. So that's the product rule in action. Let's do one more here. Let's have a look at this one. So again, I'll just do the same thing. So our first function is e to the 2x. Our second function is log e7x. Okay, and what are my derivatives? The derivative of that is 2e to the 2x. And the derivative of that, if you remember, is 1 over, well, I'll do it the slow way, but 1 over 7x, and then we multiply that by 7, so that's just 1 over x. Okay, so remember the derivative log e of kx is always just 1 over x because the k's just cancel out. Okay, so it's just 1 over x. Okay, so now let's do our product rule. So then we've got f dash of x is equal to, and again, it doesn't matter which order, I'll just do it that one times that one, doesn't matter, 2e to the 2x log e7x, and it's going to be plus e to the 2x times by 1 over x, so that essentially just puts it over x. And so that is my derivative for that function. Hope that makes sense. Nice and quick video today. Next video, we'll do the quotient rule, which is essentially the same with a few little differences. See you in that video.